Vizlib. Hey Jane, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So we have another episode of Vizlib Appy Hour, and waiting for a few folks to stream in. We got it out a little bit broader because we've been doing this in secrecy, I think, for a little while, and just inviting a few people to figure out how we're going to do this, but orient people, right, to what Vizlib Appy Hour is. So when you joined Vizlib not too long ago, we started having these sessions in the afternoons, right? Like, okay, show me something interesting. Let's see how quickly we could build something. Let's get creative. And you started building stuff. I'm like, okay, I need to see what Jane's doing. We'll trade applications.
Mm-hmm.
And we're having these sessions, and we're like, we should probably share this. We have people asking us, how do you guys build this stuff? What should you put in an application in Qlik Sense? Which ones are your favorite stuff? And where do you find your data? So, I think you came up with this one, like, let's try to be Twitch famous, get out there, try something new, right?
Yeah.
And share a session with folks that want to join and maybe get a little something out of it, see where we experiment, because sometimes things don't work out, and that's natural in the way that we develop stuff, but people get a chance to see maybe a little bit of the behind the scenes of how we work with stuff.
Yeah, and our trial and error and just back and forth, and it's a fun process. We thought we'd share it with people.
Perfect. And today we have today's special is from scratch. So
yes,
we have, I think our approach with this is go find some data. You're really good at this. We'll talk about where you find it and just build something and see how quickly we can get to something that's interesting. And then other times we might do an episode on an existing Qlik Sense app and then Vizlibifying it, or I think we're going to have a guest. Is it next week?
Yes, next week at 11 EST, at 11 a.m. EST. I think that's 5 p.m. European Standard Time, France time. Our guest is from France.
Yeah. Perfect. We'll send it out, I think, but we're going to do these on Thursdays, right? Mornings and afternoons.
Yeah.
Regularly. It seems to work out. So yeah, let's get started with, well, first, do you have a drink today? I know it's still early.
I'm using my Qlik mug, which is funny because it's getting green screened out because the lip is green.
And I dug around my fridge and I found our nootropic Vizlib Focus Energy Drink, which is really interesting. I haven't tried it yet. It's a blueberry flavor. It says high caffeine, not recommended for children or pregnant or breastfeeding women.
Interesting. That's how you know.
I've already had coffee, so we'll see how quickly I start talking towards the end of this.
Tell me if it tastes like kombucha.
Yeah. Am I supposed to have people all tried this stuff before? Nootropic? Am I supposed to shake it?
No,
shake well?
No. Oh,
no. Yeah. Wait, do you shake kombucha?
No, because it would
explode, right?
Yeah. Is this a fizzy drink?
I don't know. Shake well, drink chilled, recycle after. Nice. Liquid Focus from Vizlib. Actually a sponsor, so that's good. Interesting. Definitely blueberry forward. All right. So what do we have on the agenda for today?
Okay. Today we're talking about, get ready for this.
Yeah.
UFOs.
Okay.
It's been a hot topic. I think we've seen it on the news. I found this data on Kaggle, Kaggle. It's a great website. It's I think they call it open source. Like anyone can post data. You just find it on the internet and it's great. It's a great place to get data. Sometimes you need to clean it up. Yeah. Sometimes it's cleaned already, depending on what the poster wants to, post. It was a hot topic. So I think this was like front page UFO sightings from the National UFO Reporting Center. So it's going to be exciting to see all the reportings in the past, like 30 years.
We got L. Smith Button 084, previous viewer. The name is recognizable. Happy Thursday, all. Ooh, a little tagline there. I like it. So let's get your screen on here and talk about this UFO data. Little X-Files music. I'm legally can't play more than 7 seconds. So that's all we can do.
Well, we can sing it. Bah, bah, bah.
Yeah, it's been a while. I hear it's coming back, perhaps. So we got Kaggle data. You threw it into your app.
Yep, I already threw it in. We can look at it and explore it a bit so you can see what's going on.
And so when you say it's UFO data, this is like the government reporting it, or these are individual people?
Yeah, these are all individuals reporting in any UFO sightings they've ever seen. The data goes back to the 70s.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's a very big data source. There's over 88,000 lines. It's going to be
88,000 reports of UFOs. There's probably some interesting stuff in here. So it looks like you have some location data. There's some, the data was reported, the shape being, like what they saw in the sky.
Yeah, the shape of the UFO.
Fireball circle. That'll be interesting. And then when you found this, right, you were saying you read some of the text. Yeah. And you've already found some really interesting like narratives.
Oh, these narratives are great. I think it'd be great to click on something and have the text pop up.
Okay.
It's a fun read. I think we should definitely include some text in there.
Perfect. And then Latin long. So did Qlik figure out that it was Latin long? It might have, right?
No, I think whoever posted this cleaned it up a bit.
Oh, okay.
And they took out the Latin, the long. So thank you.
Yeah, nice. Thanks, Kaggle. Let's see what you got. So from scratch, right?
Yes. So I was thinking we start with maybe shape. I thought shape would be a good thing to visualize. Very easy. Let's drag that.
So that says what shapes all of the sightings have been. Ooh, it's a pretty big set. I did see something in the news lately that like the military that was looking at some of the UFOs and those sightings. I don't know why it's in the news. I mean, people want to talk about things other than the pandemic. But it was something like they saw a triangle in the sky. And I did see a video of that, like a military boat, and you see this like weird triangle just kind of move and squiggle around. And then they have explanations like, oh, it was an anomaly in the camera, like the lens does this because it's the focus point.
See, okay, this is my theory on UFOs, and I feel it explains everything. I saw that UFOs are actually just military planes. It's just the military testing out new planes, and they don't want to tell you about it. So that's why they keep it so secretive. They're like, oh, this thing that flew? No. That's a camera thing. That's why they are so secretive about it. I don't think it's a UFO. Do you think they're aliens that have visited us?
I don't know about visited us, but like the statistics on what's out there, there's definitely some type of life beyond Earth, hopefully more intelligent if we can find them and they could help us. But I don't know about here. Yeah, I feel like people leak stuff all the time. There'd be no way all the governments and countries in the world would keep that under wraps unless it's like Men in Black and we've all been brainwashed and just we saw it, but we don't remember it at all. There's all that theory.
It's interesting because you think about it and you're like, how come it's only the government that knows then? Because why is it the government's secret? If they visited, then everyone should have seen it. They can't just target the government. So I'm always thinking, maybe they haven't visited. But no, I definitely believe there are aliens. There's living life somewhere else.
Somewhere else. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So we have, a suggestion. Ooh, already in a ridge chart, like a ridgeline plot, maybe with shape and date.
Oh, so you can see maybe like they've changed. Maybe you can see like the military planes and the differences. I like that. Let's try that.
So Ridgeline Plot, which relatively new. Actually, we just explored it last week. For me, first time. Somebody's asking for shout outs for their friends, Buster Cherry and Danny Perry. I don't know who that is.
I don't know if that is either.
Yeah. So we have the shape, and then, Qlik figured out the dates. So
maybe, do we want to do month to year?
Yeah, year, month probably is decent. And then we need to make a measure. So how many shapes? No data to display.
Ooh.
Oh. Interesting.
Sometimes you have to fiddle around.
Ooh, Jake likes it. 4 fires. 4 hot. So light is just taking over. We can see that from the bar chart, right? That light is overwhelmingly the one. And this, interesting, right? You said it goes back to the 70s. I'm curious how they even recorded this stuff. What did they record it on? And did somebody have to then move it into some digital data set? I mean, the 70s is still a while back. It's not like people were using Google Sheets then and capturing this information, or the government didn't have a website where you can go and enter this information. So somebody is sitting around in an office collecting this information and digitizing it for certain decades, right? Doesn't that have to be the case?
That has to be the case. I wish someone would do that for everything data related ever.
So what if it looks like it really starts around 2005?
Yeah, it looks like 2006, 2005, and then it just picks up from there. Wait, is that when smartphones came to be?
Well, Jane, I'm a bit older than you, so I remember things when they weren't smartphones. They were just where you had to text. Did you ever have to use the numbers and press them 3 and 4 times to try to get the right letters?
Yeah, I remember T9. Is that a new
T9 and type without it? Yeah.
I remember that. I didn't get a phone until pretty late, until my senior year of high school. So before that, it was the iPod Touch, not sponsored, or Zune, whatever you want to use.
I'm bummed that they didn't stick around. It was actually a really nice device.
Yeah. Obama had one.
He did. Can you select on those years and months and just zoom into I forget if we added that in. Oop, you clicked a dimension. Can you hold and draw a range? Or am I just imagining?
No, I don't think we can yet.
Okay.
But maybe we can do a drop down or drill down, and go into year and then month.
See the year and see the spike, yeah.
Yeah, I think that might be cool. Create new. It's gonna be a drill down. Let's find it. Year. Insert.
Year. And then get to that more discrete one. Is it year, month? Or month, year? I can never remember.
Ooh, year, month. Maybe that would be useful. Enter.
Year, month, drill down.
Close, and then we can just place.
Ooh.
Okay. So you can see 2005 picks up, light. There's a lot in 2013. And then there's been a recent spike too. That's interesting.
Is light a shape? Isn't this supposed to be shape?
Yeah, light is a shape. It's just, I think, lights in the sky that just...
It seems like it's all over, because there's teardrop, circle. I saw a cigar in the sky. Do you see that one?
Yeah, and there's been quite a few. There's been more cigar shapes than diamond shapes. That's interesting.
We'll come back to that, I'm sure, right? Like, I'm really curious. There was location data
Mm-hmm.
where people are. So we got, I would say that one's good.
Let's get rid of this. I don't think we need this if we have.
Yeah, we know that the
Cool.
light's up there, and we can get to cigars and diamonds later. Diamonds in the sky. Do you think that like that came up with the song as well? People started reporting it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They were like, I think I see a diamond in the sky. Let's report that.
Which is in the 70s too, with Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. It's my music history for the day.
Next chart. What were you thinking with the location?
So there is the Qlik map, right? Because there was Latin long.
Mm-hmm.
Can try that. And then maybe, I don't know. For me, I default to, if I want to figure out the shape of the data, like what it looks like, bar charts. It's just like what I start with, and then we get wild with it. But let's start with the map, because there is geospatial data.
Yeah, let's do density layer.
Yeah, that might work.
Okay.
I think that works with points.
Density, and then each one will use the report link.
So this is the individual thing and the location. We have to grab Latin long. Yeah.
City lat.
So suggestion here would be great to see the location and if multiple sightings of the same shape were registered. Yeah, we're on the same track, I feel like. Where is everybody seeing eggs and cigars versus something else? So that's where light is found. Where's cigars? Oh, that's that circle.
Ooh, okay. Cigars.
It seems like it'd be specific. It's the Northeast. There was this like XKCD little drawing that I always go back to. That's like any map with data on it is just going to be a population map. So if we're only doing the number of reports, it's probably going to be where the most people are. So New York City seems like
makes sense.
They're going to see a lot of different things, and that's where the population is huge. Probably follows that. So I don't know if in this case, unless we had other data, like the population where we can do a rate, I don't think we have it in this data set, right?
No, we don't have it.
I often add that in and then do like a percentage. Like, are people seeing more triangles, diamonds, and cigars in certain areas? That might be tough to do with the current data set.
Yeah. Do you know where Area 51 is?
Yeah, actually, somebody said that. Be nice to see how many observations in Area 51 near Vegas.
Oh, it's near Vegas. So
yeah, it's in Nevada. You can take a little trip if you go to Vegas out to Area 51. They don't let you in, of course.
I wonder if that's right there.
Area 51? Somebody's been there. They say it's overrated.
Okay.
How did you get in?
Was it when they stormed? Just and you went in?
Yeah. They don't want to incriminate themselves, but yeah, right. If you went to Area 51 because there was a big viral event, right? To go do that would be interesting to know. That was never something on my list. Like, oh, I want to be part of that. Like, let's go break in and find the aliens. Like, well, what happens if you do?
I would have wanted to stand on as a bystander, just watching it happen. I think that would have been fun.
I feel like that's why people have drones, and just take your drone and it'll probably get shot down, right? They probably don't know any of that stuff. There is a density. I bet we'll have to look that up where Area 51 is. So what if instead, because this isn't that great, and for me, I can't really tell exactly where the things are. If you swap the map out and maybe keep it off to the edge, because it could be useful still. Let's just do a bar chart with the the locations. Because my guess in seeing lots of Kaggle data and actual realistic data from customers that we've worked with is this is information in a system, and it's probably not right. I saw this once where you could free text in the name of the state or the abbreviation, and there were states that didn't exist, like the state XX or AA, and it's like it's not an abbreviation, and it's just because they allowed you to enter it in. And we were finding things in the data related to that. So I bet there's some in here that's like, that's not a state. Maybe it could be like a, a territory or something. But
a lot of these are non-states because they're out of the country. So someone went in. So sometimes people will report out of country sightings. I think that's what this is right here.
So it did get cleaned up a little bit by the person that put it on Kaggle.
Yeah, I think so.
That's nice. Okay. So now what if you check out diamonds versus cigars or something like that? I'm curious. Does diamonds really jump out? California seems more diamonds than New York. But there's an intensity still on the map, which is interesting. New York City still sees a ton. And then cigars? Again, just geography-wise. Actually, Texas and Pennsylvania jumped ahead of New York as far as the total thing. So are cigars more popular in Texas? They're definitely, I'm in Florida. We're near Cigar City. Mm-hmm. They're very popular around here, I can tell you. So I imagine people sit around like smoking a cigar and then see that, oh, there's a cigar in the sky. And then go and report it. But California, off the charts.
Yeah, there's a lot of sightings there.
I'm not making any judgments, but yeah.
Maybe because they're
outdoors more, maybe.
Yeah. Or they're close to Area 51.
Yeah.
Yeah, still California. California has everyone beat. Ooh, interesting. Alaska's popped into.
Triangles. Like ice in the sky. That's what I kind of think. If it's colder, maybe you see some anomalies.
Yeah, interesting, because you've got some Canada now.
Oh, yeah.
Very interesting.
Lakes. So what do you think we should add next? That text was interesting, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was thinking we can do, I have a fun idea of a little spaceship beaming down and then beaming down the text. So we're going to make it look, we're going to make it look like the spaceship is beaming down some words.
All right.
With my favorite KPI designer. Let's move all this to the side. It gets a pretty chaotic when I start building because I just throw everything together and then I start deleting things.
So yours, you've decided your favorite visualization is this KPI designer.
Yeah, I think so. I think I use it the most.
Yeah.
I just get drawn to it.
We'll have to show people the burger app and I call it the burger app, but really is an eco-friendly environmental app.
It's okay. I call it the burger app too.
Okay. And I think somebody on the line, if I see their name right, has created the original Burger Time application as well.
I found this. I thought this is fun.
So you're adding in an image as a layer, and then you can put whatever else you want in there, right?
Yeah, what you can do, so you can take just a URL, but I thought I already saved this image in here. So yeah, I posted it in from my library, but you can also do it from a URL.
Ah, okay.
Which is cool. And I like the opacity. I'm going to keep everything as is. Let's call this UFO image. Because once you start getting, because I think this layer, it's just going to be 2 things. But sometimes when you start adding things in, like my burger app, I've got 24 layers in there. And you need to start naming things right, or else it just gets all confusing. So
a suggestion. I don't know if this is in the data set. Compare the sightings to the use of hallucinogens. Um,
I think
this is
like,
where like this
yeah.
app, now that you've got that data, Jane, I'm thinking like, well, what else could we add? And there's a lot of demographic data. Like if we had a population, we could do those rates. You can also get some healthcare, like they call it social determinants of health data, and drug use is in there. And so you could rate it by also drug use in different cities, which again is still just going to be population wise, but somebody's onto something. Like this could take on a life of its own.
So you've got to, okay, so we need to find a way to click on a very specific instance.
Or pick just a random one, because it's the report, right, that has the text in it.
Yeah.
How many reports are there? We should add that on the screen maybe.
Ooh, okay. There's a lot.
And that's just our, as I'm thinking about it, really the only measure we might have, right, is how many reports.
Yes,
think,
but that would be a count. I can throw it in here. Text can be a count of
okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
A lot.
88,000 reports. So unless you want a very specific, what if you could do this, right? You could use searching and put put a filter on the screen where you put the text in there and then it just becomes a search box, which you could use to click search, but maybe you really want to focus somebody in on just a particular field. The filter might be good for that.
Okay.
And another thing came in here for would be interesting to see something around the local day of the time of day and the day of the week. Are UFOs on the evenings and nights, perhaps the weekends? I don't know if there was time data in there, was it? It was just the date, or did it have a timestamp as well?
No, there was a timestamp.
Oh, okay. We'll come back to that one.
Yeah, that sounds
I'll
really
remind you of that in a minute. There we go. Now let's maybe ask the audience, throw out any random word. Please make it family appropriate, and we'll search and see if somebody has reported it. So I'm curious what people might want to search for.
I wonder what this guy's was. I was outside smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, click on it while we're waiting for some things to come in. I looked across. This is like,
what?
If you on Reddit, have you seen the subreddit about writing prompts? And somebody gives like an initial few sentences, and then people go on these wild tangent stories and write like a novelette.
No, but
this is what it looks like. You get this initial summary of a UFO sighting, and now you have to write the rest of the story. It disappeared. We drove out. I waited there, and then it was out of my field of vision.
A red light. Okay, so it's just a light. Interesting. You can't see. Okay, so we need to add shape here. Light.
Oh, maybe it's too squeezed down for the Ridgeline plot. It dropped off the. Not getting any no suggestions from the audience on what else we should search for. I'm curious with cigar if that's like in the text as well. How many? We know the shape where it says cigar. Oh, cigarettes. Try just hit enter, I think, and it'll grab them all.
I think these are all.
Oh. So in Wisconsin, which is where I used to live for a while.
Cigar, enter. So they're all in Wisconsin?
It's just the one you had selected, I think. I don't think so. That can't be right because, it's got to grab them all. 994 cigar text.
Oh, most of
reports.
them are out of the country. Or not most.
Okay, we're getting suggestions in. Somebody wants to see beer. What I think you have to clear with this one because it's additive. Well, you would get like cigar and beer. Oh, it's got to go through. This is where the Qlik engine's taken over. Actually, only 110 mentioned that they might have been drinking beer while they saw a UFO.
And it's all two. It's two somethings. 2 orange balls. 2 orange lights. I wonder if it's the same thing.
It's just ordered by alphabetical. So if they happen to put 2, it'll always pop to the top.
There's a lot of amber glow when they drink beer.
What about here? Flip it. Let's try to find something in North Carolina, where you're at, and a shape, and then find a wild one. Oh, and another one is okay. We're going down an interesting track. The president. I don't know how up to date this data is, but I have heard that there's been lots of talk recently about UFO sightings and releasing the data potentially to the public. It's supposed to be a briefing. I just looked at it before. And something that I found I use a lot. You use a Mac, right? So I always get it. It's called command and not control, right?
Yes.
I'm just going to switch back and forth. If you hit command and then click on one of them, it will just do a single selection in the filter. Oh, maybe because they're all selected. Oh, confirm your selection first, I think is the thing. Then click on one of them, command click. It should just single select one. Try it in the drop-down text on the very top, on the selection bar for Qlik. Yeah, click on that one.
I'm going to click this. Click here.
Nope. Over where it says text, 65 of something.
Text?
In the actual Qlik selection bar.
Here?
Nope.
This one, this selection bar.
Yeah, but not the search, the one that says text. The current selection, sorry. I'm not sure what you call it. Then try control clicking one of them. I wonder if it's better here. Or command click. That's what I was trying to do. I wasn't sure if I told you the wrong way. So there was a black metallic sphere. This is in Texas. Over the highway. I'm not sure the exact date and time. So there's not really discrete information there if they don't know when.
My eyes.
But I think it was this exact time on a date in Texas. So you could report this whenever you want for something way in the past.
Yeah, you can. It's all just people reporting in. I could report something in.
Oh, NUFORC. That's the data set name, right? Do you know what that?
Yeah, it's a National UFO Reporting Center.
There's a center for this stuff?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, hey, Graham says hi.
Hi, Graham. We're just playing around. I like this text. I'm wondering what we can do with it all to make this. So I think maybe we can put that
where it's interesting. This might be for another time, but I did have some script for Qlik that can parse out text and grab keywords and do a little bit of text out analysis. I did it for Twitter posts. So find everybody that was talking about the president and beer at the same time or whatever. I'm just grabbing the suggestions here. And it would count the words in each of the text items. It's a bit of scripting, but maybe we say that for another time. I think you're onto something really fun here. It's just like it's a fascinating data set that I just want to play with.
Yeah, right. So put that here. Maybe we can put this Ridgeline plot. I think it's more interesting. We need it kind of big.
Yeah, it needs to be wide is that thing, and that is the state. Yeah,
Do we
I'm
need
thinking about this too. The other thing, I don't know how much you do this, is I do like to have it on one sheet, but it's to click in the like open background in Qlik in the canvas, and then change the in the property panel to be extend sheet, and it create a long form, and then you can just drag those visualizations down, and then we have like a web page you're basically building. We give things more space, especially as you want more space for like that text. Maybe this might be good to have like a longer form application. People can scroll down and see more.
Does anyone have any ideas on how we can make it so you can just select a single instance? A fun way to be able to drill down to a single instance so we can display that here. Just see. Hide layer.
I was thinking you can use an expression around it where we just want a random one. So there's like only, we use that with the tiles, right? Only text. We'll just grab one, but I don't know what it'll do with the whole data set. The other one is like top or max based on some ID, but I don't know if you have IDs in your data set.
No, but I've got report link,
which is unique.
Yeah.
Yeah, try that actually. I don't know what that does. It'll try to evaluate it as a number and then grab something, but it might not like that. If you grab just one, does it do it? Nope. I think, how did I do this before? Grabbing random stuff can be fun, but also then it's not tied to anything else. We could, instead of having it be one block, do like top 10. Hey, here's something. Perhaps all the text in the current selection show the latest or longest or shortest. Yeah, I'm thinking that too. Hey, folks around here saying hi to one another. Uh-oh, calling out names. We know who people are. Hey, Robert.
So, okay, I'm thinking do we want to keep this text? Maybe I should turn this into a point layer.
Just to see where all the dots are?
Yeah, and then you can just click on a dot.
Oh, to get a single report.
Yeah.
I think you have to, back out of the full thing.
Report link.
That's a bummer. Got rid of everything. Yeah, what was it? Cody was building something the other day and needed to do like a top 10 ranking. We ended up using tiles for it. And like you did with Billboard and different things, right? You could have all of the text. It just with 88,000 and a lot of text. I don't know if anything would fit, but you could almost have like the top 10 just listed.
Oh, I think it's rank. We could do a rank. Oh, that's chaotic.
But now you can pick a single dot, right?
Yeah.
What did this one report say? Oh, we got to fix your expression there.
Right.
I think I might have messed it up on you. Just text seemed to work.
Okay. Maybe if we had a black background, was thinking.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know how good your eyes are, but I can't see that.
Not that good. These glasses are really thick.
Okay. At first, I thought it was this nootropic drink, and I'm like, it's doing something to my eyes.
Just buzzing.
I have to tell Martin. Actually, this is very good. I don't know how many more we have, but I feel like you would like this because you like the flavored kombuchas and stuff, right?
Yes.
This gives me hints of it, but it's not fizzy. It's not fermented or anything. I don't think. It's more like a matcha tea almost. Like it's sharp. I don't know how to describe it.
Interesting. I've just got the coffee. Here's a little coffee tip that I use. If I run out of milk, I put ice cream in there so it tastes good and it cools down faster. Is that crazy?
I've just never heard it. It's genius.
Okay. Yeah, right?
I just don't know how you can keep ice cream around. We can't.
Oh, because of little.
Oh, yeah. People weren't sure what I was drinking. I showed it a little earlier. So Vizlib makes more than just software. We also bottle our own energy drinks called Liquid Focus. This one's a blueberry flavored. And it's a nootropic, high caffeine content, not recommended for children, pregnant, or breastfeeding. So far, I'm a little bit more than halfway through, and I'm feeling all right. I'll let people know in an hour or two because I had coffee earlier. Mm-hmm. But we got to have some in-person events because I know we'll bottle some up for people too. Ooh, so what do you have here?
Okay, so I was doing the sheet. I was trying to change the background. What were you thinking for the background?
I thought you were just going to change just the object initially, like the KPI designer to be like a black, but you're going to theme out the whole thing.
Yes. I think that
UFOs, evenings, nights, somewhat dark mode. Or if you have you can put a background image in there. It looks like we have a defaulted one in there.
Yeah, I might delete all of this. Come on.
That for folks who are like, what is that code? We code some of our images in Base64, so it basically puts the entire image in the code instead of having to download it from the internet. I don't know the shortcut on a Mac to get to the last line, but I just hit end. There it is.
Goodbye.
Good. Or you can paste in a URL, right? I think that's a question on where the data source is from. Does it prove that only aliens visit North America? Is it just US based? It's just we're the only country that has the US or UFO reporting center.
Yeah, it's the national one. I don't know. I guess other countries just need to start ramping up on their UFO reporting centers.
Yeah, soon we're going to name it the Worldwide UFO Reporting Center, like we do with other sports. But you're the only country that has an NFL team.
Yeah, we get one report from like one place. We get one report from England.
We're the world champions of UFO sightings.
Well, okay, I know it's the world championship for baseball, but apparently Japan is really big in base. Like they also play. So that's why it's the world championship. And I was like, oh, because it's like all of the US and like one Japanese team. It's like, you can't really call that worldwide. But whatever.
I feel like if we did a sports app in the future, we'll get contentious. So we have to be cautious.
I was thinking we can do the Euro Cup. We've got a few people at Vizlib really want to see a Euro Cup one. I'm not really into sports, so
out of my league. I like sports, but I will do it a disservice. So if anybody would like to step up, maybe we can have a guest presenter cover the Euro Cup with us. That'd be fun. So you just changed the sheet and added in your starry background.
Yeah, I thought that would look cool. Maybe I might change this background.
Then we have to edit some of the... Yeah, you're giving me flashbacks of working on the logistics app. I had to do a bit of, changing different visualizations to get it to be a dark mode. And I used the sheet menu to change some things universally. Others, took a little bit of time. Ooh, did I? Does this mean somebody's going to help us with the Euro Cup? Is that what the yes is related to? We will take you up on it. But we'll find a good time that works for you too. Don't worry. Yeah. What is it? I think you were in the right spot. Appearance and container styling. But try picking black as the color just to see if that sets it in there. So there's two things, I think. There's the object. Is it in a it's in the theme that's kind of built in and it has limits.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're going to have this white border around stuff. It's in that CSS. But
we can really theme it out. Spend hours on this.
Yeah, you can use Sense Themes, which is a great website if people haven't found it, for Qlik Sense, to go build a theme and bring it in, and that you install, and you can choose from the drop down, like for the full Qlik app. That's in that the triple dot thing in the corner. Oh, that's looking way better. I can read it now.
Yeah, right.
Oh, we did. I think somebody's on the hook for Data Cup. Oh, not Data Cup, Euro Cup. I have Data Cup on my mind. Sweet. What if you swap the theme that's actually built into the app? This is what I'm thinking, because it could get rid of the white borders, and that's in the very top left for Qlik. It's that ellipses button, 3 dots. Yeah, change the theme there. We do have some that we built and we install. We use Sense themes. And then you can customize it a bit more. Hey, getting there. What about something that doesn't have a border? I think it's actually Sense Classic, the first one. Maybe not. Or it's getting there. We'll have to play around with this, I think.
Yeah.
Actually, I like that. It's kind of pops.
Electric.
Spooky is one I did like 2 years ago for a Halloween application. It was very, very bright with lots of orange in it as well. It was aggressive. Well, there's some
Panther purple.
But it removed your background, so I think it conflicts sometimes. So we might stick with that. And then we'll play around with the CSS later and try to remove the edges on things if you did want it to be like black or transparent. Because you see it's possible right there. I see the stars through it, but when I think you hit done, yeah, it does not see through anymore.
Yeah, I don't need the stars, but I think maybe I'll add some background to this. Yeah, I'll spruce it up. We'll post. We're definitely like sprucing things up and then posting it on our app gallery in the future. So stay tuned. We'll let you guys know when this one gets posted.
Yeah, I like that. Giving people the data as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll pack it up. You'll get a zip file with the app, any themes that we might use, and of course the data where we found it, so we can thank the person that was, lighting up a cigar and finding cigars in the skies.
Okay, so
and maybe we take requests too while you're tweaking the last bit, and we have a little bit more time here of what folks might like to see in the future. If you have a suggestion for a data set, we're not opposed to building like true business applications. We do that in our normal business day, but sometimes it's fun to find these really wild data sets and play around with them. So we'll take any requests if you have any, if you have a fun data set.
Yeah, or if you want to build your own, if you want to show people like how you build apps, feel free to join in.
That'd be awesome.
Me and Joe can just provide some casual conversation topics.
I can't tell you how awesome it is that you do this too, that you're driving and I just get to say things. Because before you had started, before Cody had started too, I'm like, oh, I'm just off building stuff on my own. I didn't have anybody to like bounce ideas off of so much. That was what they do. But there's lots of people at Vizlib, of course.
Yeah.
But that just do the same thing that I do. It's really fun. And
It is.
your approach to stuff is different than mine, is different than Cody's. It's interesting to see how we all kind of complement each other and find things like Eagle Eyes. I would have known to change the pixels to do that stuff, but you've been playing around with it that now I'm learning from that. How'd you get that thing to overlap?
Which one?
Like your KPI was overlapping with something else when you hit done.
Oh.
I don't know if it tried to squeeze it all together.
I think that was a little glitch.
Because you're just rearranging stuff.
I want to get the sheet. See, it does not extend all the way. What's
going on with that?
Yeah, I want that to.
I know what you mean. It's somewhere in here. The CSS does it for the one initial viewport, what you first see. Then when you scroll down, I saw this in my retail one as well. I counteracted it with using like a sense theme that was also dark, so it wasn't so aggressively different.
Oh, okay.
Maybe, yeah, we'll ask Pierce because he plays around with this stuff. Sorry, Pierce.
Watching.
Question on where do you store the base64 string for the image? We use a converter and it generates it. You give it an image and it'll generate the base64 string, and then you can just paste it in pretty much anywhere that accepts an image, which in a lot of our visualizations, it's either a layer, or in the case of the sheet menu, there's like background images. So you can use that. I'll try to, while Jane's doing this, find the actual site that we use. Give me 1 second.
Interesting.
There's a bunch, I guess, if you just search on Google for Base64 encoders or decoders. There's open source ones. And basically you paste in a PNG image and then it'll generate the code for you, and you can use that anywhere. It's actually nice because when you move apps around, you might have seen this, the image doesn't stick with the application, but the Base64 fixes that, and so it'll always look the same. It'll always be that image. We're actually doing that with our logo in the top corner for the sheet menu. We use Base64 images for that, so you don't have to embed the image. It's just part of it. Good question.
Oops. So what I could do is I could add another layer as a background, so I can add that same star.
Ooh, I see where you're going.
Is that the one?
I don't know if that's your star one, unless you generated the Base64. I thought you had a URL for it, right?
Yes.
There it is. What is your go-to image search? Is it Google Images?
Yes.
Okay.
Not
surprisingly, Bing Images, like Microsoft's, is not bad. If I can't find something on Google Images, I'll go over there. So you're going to create that. But you can change the fill on images, I thought. It says fit to aspect. There's the drop down. And then
I can bring this to the back.
Oh yeah, just move it to the back.
Boom.
It's always the thing. It's a bit of a photo editing type of process with layers. That's why it's good to name. You've gotten in the habit of naming your layers so that you know what's what.
Yeah, I need to name some of these background. Okay.
Perfect. Yes. Maybe we'll wrap. We got another suggestion too. Great to have this uploaded on the demo site. So absolutely. We have a few from the previous episodes that we did that we want to tweak a little bit, pack it up nicely, make sure we give the right attributions for where we found the data, and get that shared so folks can download it and play with it. That's my goal is just keep filling out that gallery with more fun examples and also business examples and things, of course. But we'll make these available, and these recordings too. We're going to put on YouTube. So if you missed one, and Twitch only allows us to keep it for, I think, 2 weeks. I saw one was about to expire. So I've downloaded them. We'll snap them together, remove any of the sections where it's like, oh, that was really, really boring. What are you guys talking about? And get to the action, and then get those shared out as well so people can go back and maybe, yeah, how did you do that first time? And go check out episode 2. We worked on the Friends application. So cool. I think you're just going to town. Now you have a brand new app that we didn't even know we were going to have this week on UFOs. Awesome.
I like it. It looks good. We got to like spruce it up a bit, but I think it's getting there.
Perfect. You still have anything? I don't even know what you're drinking. You just had your Qlik mug, right?
Yeah, there's coffee in here.
There's coffee in there. Well, I guess I'll just like virtual cheers you for another great Vizlib Appy hour. And we'll have folks on next time. Yep. Good suggestion in from the audience. If you ever want to co-host, be a guest participant, I'm happy to bow out and give you my spot, or, Jane's fun to work with. We'd be happy to have you and join in the future.
Yeah.
So I think with that, we can end the broadcast. And thanks everybody for joining. Have a great day.
Yeah. Bye everyone.
Bye-bye. Thanks, Shane.
Thanks, Joe. Bye.